Let's take a look through a creative color grading pack we made called Candy Cigarettes. These are a bunch of 3D LUT profiles that play on these ideas of candy colors and the candy cigarettes we had as kids. A lot of bright colors, levity, playfulness to the images, and we thought we'd just have fun with color. These profiles work with Adobe Camera Raw and Lightroom. I'm gonna be working with the Adobe Camera Raw workflow today, so let's take a look through Candy Cigarettes. I'm gonna open my first image here. Wonderful downtown Christmassy kind of scene. I can always keep my Adobe color up here to refer to for before and afters. Your browser may look a little different because I've simplified this for the demo. Let's go right into Sweet Tooth. So you can see what I mean by that little play on the chalky idea. Everything gets lifted. There's a nice neutral gray where all the shadows were. Brings a really nice story to the image, lifts it up a bit. Moving through to Cotton Candy. Nice blues in all the neutrals. Some more magenta, some rosy tones. Sour Patch does some cool stuff. It's starting to split the tones a little bit. You can see the deeper magenta to purple tones in the shadows up here, and then the full spectrum of green. Grape Nerds goes pretty grape. Sugar Smoke. I like that because it's a play on Sweet Tooth. It brings the yellows more into a rosy hue. Crystal Fighter sort of bumps that up a bit. Sugar Rush, really rosy overall. Midnight Carnival, a really cool overall. And Funnel Cake brings it back into that warm range. So really cool variety of different colors, but I'm gonna go with Cotton Candy because it's doing really nice things to all the neutrals, making them nice and cool, and we're still maintaining fidelity in the tonal ranges. I'd probably just dial it back a bit. So I'm really reacting to Cotton Candy in the way that it's bringing in these cool hues into the midtones and quarter tones of the image and into the neutrals. If you look back here at Adobe Color, we have largely, I'd say, mostly an analogous color scheme. It's all warm in here, especially that the sign is the same hue as a lot of the lights in the image. And now that we've shifted this to a cool dominant, I love how that orange pops against the complement of the blue to purples now that are over the entire image. That's a big win. This is nice and Christmassy, nice and cool, and I'm gonna try this on a totally different image, like the opposite of Christmas. We'll see how it works on that. I'm not gonna worry about balancing it. That's why I love this browser, is because I can see all the variation immediately and start just clicking through to see what works. Cotton Candy, Bubblegum, Sour Punch is pretty awesome. Grape Nerds, Sugar Smoke, Crystal Fighter, seems like a mellowed out version of Sour Punch. Sugar Rush kind of mutes everything a bit. Interesting how Sugar Rush kind of connects the hue of the sand up into the sky. Maybe that's useful. Midnight Carnival, and Funnel Cake. I definitely like Sour Punch. That's really beautiful. There's all these oranges and yellows happening in the sand, and it's doing a fantastic job of emphasizing the shape of the landscape here because it's really pushing purple into the darker areas of the sand, whereas that to me is pretty flat in terms of hue and color harmony. And this look has found how to exploit subtle complements in the lighter and darker areas of the image, which create shape. Because traditionally, if you're color grading this, you may only be thinking about the hues that are present there in the image. So you're just maybe messing with saturation and contrast. And one of the great things about being able to look through a bunch of profiles like this is it's giving you brand new ideas about hue changes. And that's excellent to be able to visualize, because to just try to think about it in your head, at least for me, I need to see it rather than think it. And if I can see a possibility, then I can act on that. So that's how I would use this grading pack to create something that I couldn't really conceive of in the first place. So I could take that too and mess around with the amount just a little bit. And you know, even if I crank it up, I can see even more possibilities. It starts to become more of a painterly kind of execution. But in this case, if you want to remain in the realm of reality, you could even dial this back, and the viewer is still going to understand this mainly as realistic, natural hues in an image, but you know that you've achieved some purple in here and some enhanced yellow in order to create more depth and more shape. I'm pretty happy with the way this image looks, and even more than that, I'm pretty happy that a pack like this that really deals in the artificial, that I can apply it to that landscape and enhance what's in there. So that's been a look at candy cigarettes in the Adobe Camera Raw workflow, and I really look forward to see what you do with these.